Hey, I got a question about, can you elaborate more on how the four change powers, which is ownership, independent capability, emotional courage, and future proofing, overlay with the four steps? So how is the conversation, ally, outcome, opportunity, and plan, for example, growing the emotional courage muscle? How does it influence ownerships, future proofing, et cetera? So first thing I'll say is that the first 31 pages of the book, You Can Change Other People, really go into this in detail. So I'm not going to read those out, but a couple of examples. So let's take the first change power, which is ownership, which is it's my change, I'm driving it. And you know, if you're helping me, you're not the one who's going to, you're not checking up on me, you're not putting out carrots and sticks. You're not, rewarding or punishing me. You're not constantly nagging me. You're not checking up and asking how's it going all the time. I'm the driver. I'm the engine of the change. So that's when I have ownership, that's what happens. So if you're taking me through this process, the first step, ally, means that you're not going to come with a solution and you're not going to come with a prescription. You're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to criticize. You're going to explore whether this is something that I want to deal with. And by doing that, you are maintaining my ownership. You're not trying to take it away and make it yours. Second step, outcome. So if I have a problem, what I want to do basically is disown the problem. I want to release my ownership of the problem. And instead, when you focus me on what I do want, an energizing outcome, now I want to own that outcome. It's something that's exciting, energizing, that I want to move towards. So again, now I'm taking ownership over something rather than trying to release ownership over something else. The third step, opportunity, means I'm returning to the problem and now looking at it in terms of how can this problem help me achieve my energizing outcome. So I am re-owning the problem, but not as a problem, but as a doorway, as an opportunity, as a means to achieve this outcome. So this will tie in with future proofing, right? So if I'm having trouble maintaining my new behavior, then every situation in which I could fail, in which I could revert to the old dysfunctional behavior, then becomes an opportunity for me to practice a new skill, for me to practice awareness in that moment, for me to practice the emotional courage to feel unpleasant feelings and act anyway. And the fourth step, plan, is all about ownership, because you're not telling me what my plan is. You're not saying, okay, great, here's what you're going to do. You're helping me craft it myself. You're going to help me, ask me, what might you do? Oh, I'll come up with some things. Now you can offer your own advice and your own suggestions, but you have to do it by asking permission. Hey, I have a thought here. Would it be okay if I shared it? Or, hey, here, there's something that worked for me. Would you like to hear about it? And as long as I say yes, and I am maintaining the filter. If I'm the one saying what gets in and what doesn't, then I'm maintaining ownership. And finally, when we come up with a commitment to what we're going to choose and to do, when I commit, you are not going to make me accountable to you. You're not going to say, okay, well, I want to check in with me on Friday. Rather, you can ask, is there a way that I could be helpful in following up with you? Right? So that all the way through, the ownership is mine. And we can do the same thing for the others, for independent capability, for emotional courage, and for future proofing. But those four powers are things that we are trying to nurture rather than undermine with every single step of the process. Hope this helps. Let me know if you have additional questions.